3, 2, 1. Ready, start. Each chapter has a nomenclature, and the content of each chapter deals with different facets of maintenance and welfare for the parents and senior citizens under the broad umbrella of the Act of 2007, as a whole. Stop. The legislature, while drafting this act, has conveniently divided it into chapters only. Stop. Generally, division of an act into parts and chapters largely depends on the length of the act and the subject matter to be dealt with therein, although there is no hard and fast rule relating to this style of drafting a legislation, however, what can be ascertained is where the subject matter of one group of sections is so different from the subject matter of another group, although it forms an integral part of the main act, then in such a case the act can be divided into chapters. Stop. The idea conveyed is that it can be conveniently dealt with as separate units of one composite whole when the subject matter is closely linked and requires only separate heading for convenience of classification and reference. Stop. Noticing the legislative drafting, it would reveal that in the Act of 2007, the first chapter is titled Preliminary and it comprises of 3 sections. Stop. Section 1 introduces the extent and applicability of the Act from the date of its commencement. Stop. Section 2 refers to certain terms and words used in or in any instrument having effect by virtue of any enactment other than this Act. Stop. The next chapter 2 has a caption, Maintenance of Parents and Senior Citizens. Stop. In this chapter, Section 4 categorically indicates that a senior citizen, including a parent who is unable to maintain himself from his own earnings or out of the property owned by him, shall be entitled to make an application under Section 5 of the Act. Stop. Para. Explanation. For the purpose of this section, organization means any voluntary association registered under the Societies Registration Act, 1860, bracket 21 of 1860, bracket close, or any other law for the time being in force. Stop. The tribunal may, during the pendency of the proceeding regarding monthly allowance for the maintenance under this section, order such children or relative to make a monthly allowance for the interim maintenance of such senior citizen, including parent, and to pay the same to such senior citizen, including parent, as the tribunal may from time to time direct. Stop. On receipt of an application for maintenance under subsection 1, after giving notice of the application to the children or relative, and after giving the parties an opportunity of being heard, hold an inquiry for determining the amount of maintenance stop. An application filed under subsection 2 for the monthly allowance for the maintenance and expenses for proceeding shall be disposed of within 90 days from the date of the service of notice of the application to such person, provided that the tribunal may extend the said period, for a maximum period of 30 days in exceptional circumstances for reasons to be recorded in writing. Stop. An application for maintenance under subsection 1 may be filed against one or more persons, provided that such children or relative may impede the other person liable to maintain parent in the application for maintenance. Stop. Where a maintenance order was made against more than one person, the death of one of them does not affect the liability of others to continue paying maintenance. Stop. Any such allowance for the maintenance and expenses for proceeding shall be payable from the date of the order, or, if so ordered, from the date of the application for maintenance or expenses of proceeding, as the case may be. Stop. If, children or relative so ordered fail, without sufficient cause to comply with the order, any such tribunal may, for every breach of the order, issue a warrant for levying the amount due in the manner provided for levying fines, and may sentence such person for the whole, or any part of each month's allowance for maintenance and expenses of proceeding, as the case may be, remaining unpaid after the execution of the warrant, to imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 month or until payment, if sooner made, whichever is earlier, provided that no warrant shall be issued for the recovery of any amount due under this section unless application be made to the tribunal to levy such amount within a period of 3 months from the date on which it became due. Para. It will be relevant to notice that despite the fact that the word parent and senior citizen are both defined in section 2 bracket D bracket close and bracket H bracket close respectively, yet in section 4 it indicates that both the senior citizens as well as parents are entitled for maintenance provided that they are unable to maintain themselves from their own earnings or the property owned by them. Stop. Subsection in bracket 2 bracket close and bracket 3 bracket close of section 4 caste